Good morning, Jeff. Today is Sunday, April 14th. It is the end of week, I want to say 14 of prep. Unfortunately, I've not been keeping track just because it doesn't align very well with my training at this point, just when I had to stagger, 2 off days, 2 on days, blah, blah, blah. I believe so. We are about 6 weeks out at this point. It's very exciting. Feeling good. Feeling a little more tired this week, but at that point in prep, it's totally fine. It'll be a 5 month prep, so that's totally understandable. I believe that this week I averaged below 170 pounds, which was great. I don't believe I hit any new lows. In fact, today I was up a little bit, a little past 170. I believe it was 170.4. I could be incorrect. But nonetheless, despite the entire week on average low, that is a new low average, which is great. A win is a win. In terms of feeling and training, this past week training has started to stagnate a little bit, which is totally fine. Again, this is the point in prep where we're expecting performance to start to dip a little bit. Nothing drastic, as we've already discussed. It was more the pressing movements, a little bit of the um, higher energy based leg movements. So the hack squat, the RDL, that's totally fine. That's going to suffer at this point in prep, and that's understandable. At this point, the pump, the feel isn't quite there. So really just training and going through the movements, knowing I'm doing what I have to be doing and I'm feeling the muscle as best as I can is my goal. Cardio, totally normal. Step count, totally normal. Nothing really out of the ordinary happening. Um, in terms of diet, everything's spick and span, nothing's changing. I guess sodium levels here and there are fluctuating, but nothing really drastic, at least in my opinion. And that's totally fine if you believe otherwise. I'm not adding any extra salt, extra soy sauce, stuff like that. Sometimes a little extra hot sauce here and there. But yeah, other than that, I've been keeping satiated with vegetables. So just salad mixes, throwing that in with my eggs, just dousing that on top of my rice bowls. Other than that, it's been really good. So because of the stagnation in training, I have felt that my recovery isn't at the point that it was anymore, and that's totally fine as well. So I am starting to take more 2 day breaks just to be able to feel recovered and not put myself in a compromised position. On those extra gap days, I'm maintaining the same step count, the same cardio, and I'm not upping the carbs or anything as well. I feel that I've found a good mix with the new calories that you've set me at 2,000 and 2,600 on the refeeds, which today is actually a refeed. So we'll see where that goes into tomorrow. Um, Practicing posing, I was able to get in one practice posing this week. Unfortunately, I would like more, at least 3, but this was a very busy week, unfortunately. And I'm foreseeing a lot more busyness in the coming weeks, but I'm going to do my best to up those practice numbers. And yeah, so I don't think we actually need to go through my spreadsheet because obviously that's something that you do on your own. And yeah, I do remember that in terms of the training gaps, there was, I believe, 2 days in a row where I had to take 2 rest days just to be able to recover properly. And the macro has been remaining fairly consistent. So I did finally register for the competition, which was very exciting. So now I'm now registered to the WNBF to 2 divisions, the open bodybuilding, because obviously that's the goal, just to try and get the pro card in the open, and to debut bodybuilding, just as that's I am brand new to WNBF, and at that brand new to the open bodybuilding division, and so that's really interesting, really fun. I have my flight booked. Let's see what else. And yeah, so I am now looking into getting trunks. If you had any specific supplier that you really trusted or you knew of, I would appreciate any kind of direction that you could put me into. I did reach out to Jackie, who is the head of, I guess, posing suits for the show about a week ago. She hasn't gotten back to me yet, unfortunately. I'm sure she's receiving a lot of inquiries right now. I've inquired for the polygraph test, of course. That's going to be done the week of. I have to fly in there. And so communicating ahead of time, trying to get my slot for the Wednesday before the show. The show's on the Saturday. Um, and I have yet to book my tan. So as of right now, all I'm missing is the place where I'm going to be staying. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an Airbnb somewhat nearby. the trunks and the tan, everything else is pretty much set, and I'm very excited. It's actually coming down to the wire, just over a month left, and lots to improve too. I am feeling sometimes leaner by the day. This week was a little, not as much. I felt it's obviously all mental at this point, but I definitely felt leaner last week. However, seeing the average on the scale, that's probably not the case. It's probably the case that I am continuously progressing. And you know this as a fellow competitor. We all need an additional opinion. But other than that, I guess sleep has kind of been iffy. It's been getting better, but obviously the stressors are gone. It's just a matter of this point. Perhaps sometimes a very quiet noise will wake you up and then you just can't fall asleep again. For in my case, it's my cat that will jump on the bed at 5 in the morning. And I was like, oh, well, thanks, buddy. Now I can't go back to sleep. So other than that, everything's totally fine. Caffeine has not surged, which is great. I'm hoping to not have to. And yeah, I'm excited to hear your response, and I will get that posing video in for you soon. So talk to you soon.